Welcome to the Hoodstead. It's our first episode of Putting Your Foot in It. We are going to make boeuf bourguignon, which is French for beef burgundy, which is bougie for beef stew with red wine in it. So that's all it is. It's not that hard. I feel like one of the more important things in trying to become self sufficient, self sustainable, is cooking from scratch. Even if you never get on a piece of land, even if you never own your own property, even if you never, you know, grow and process your own animals, cooking from scratch is something that really liberates. It's very liberating. You know, it's definitely something that is great for your family. So, if this you don't do anything else, learn to cook from scratch. I mean, that's the best thing, the most helpful thing you can do for your family. Now, I said I was going to post videos about my butcher box. I know I'm all up on the camera right now. I'm just trying to get this out of this bag. Okay. Remember, this is the grass-fed, it's gonna drip, boneless chuck roast that I got from Butcher Box. Okay, so this is what we're gonna use. Any roast will work. You can do a pot roast, you can do a brisket, you can do any cut of meat you want, any roast you want. I find, a nice inexpensive chunk of meat is kind of the best for something like this because it's gonna cook for so long. So I just basically just get a roast and cube it up myself. You can buy stew beef if you want to pay the extra, but you just take the hunk of meat, give it a cut down the length of it. Now we know I don't have a kitchen, but I created a kitchen, so I usually do this in a regular pot on the stove, but I figured, you know what? I got this crock pot. I got this crock pot for $4.99. You are crooked. Oh my goodness. There you go. $4.99 from the thrift store. Look at this. From the thrift store. $4.99. I've used it once before. It works great. This crock pots are a great idea if you don't want to stand over top of the stove. You put everything in it, put the top on, set it, and go on about your business. I got my chocolate over here. Okay. My banana. All right, I'm back. So yeah, you can take the roast and just cut it into like inch size, inch and a half size pieces. So, my counter's clean. Something like that. See that? Maybe you can do a little small if you want to cook a little faster. So maybe about, there you go. That's about an inch cubed. See? And then you just cut them up. I got the crock pot on. I like to do a little sear on this before I put all the liquid and stuff in. Like I said, I've never done this in the crock pot. I've always done this in a regular pot. So we're going to see how this comes out. Plus, I still don't have my sense of smell. So I'm real interested to see how this is going to come out. I like a fatty cut of meat because I like that unctuous, rich, fatty taste that you get. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to put a little olive oil in the bottom of this crock pot. Any brand works. This just happens to be my brand of choice. Now there's always, not always, but there's controversy about, olive oil. What's real and what's not. Chances are if you get an organic olive oil, it's probably olive oil. It's most likely olive oil. So maybe about a quarter cup in there. I like to throw, I have half a head. This is a half a head of garlic. I love garlic. Nothing makes you feel like you're cooking by throwing some garlic in a pot. The smell is, oh, not that I would know today, but the smell is great. We have a half of a red onion that I diced up. That goes in. This is really just like a one pot dump. I have 3 ribs of celery that I cut up. That goes in there. Smells good already. And then I did a 10-ounce container of mushrooms. I like portobellos. You can do white. You do whatever you want. Put in there. That can go in there. Okay. And I make this for my son. He doesn't like carrots. So I put the carrots in. I put the carrots in along with everything else so it cooks down really, really well because he don't like them. Forgot all about them. They're in the freezer, so it's just a big solid block of carrots that I completely forgot that I needed. We're just gonna let them defrost. See, I'm thinking I'm all prepared. I had everything laid out like the cooking show and forgot the carrots. Way to defrost. They say you shouldn't as far as like health code and all that stuff. Quick defrost is run something under some water in the sink. Not crazy hot because you don't want to cook whatever it is you're defrosting, but definitely a nice tepid. See, now they're all separated. Those go in there. Okay, so I'm gonna let these. Let these cook down a little. We got a little onion. I'm just flinging y'all around. Little onion, little garlic. Got some celery in there, carrots. Anything you like, really. Any type of like herby vegetables you can put. If you like, I don't know. This is what I put. Anything you think of that has flavor. So put the top on. There we go. Let that hang out for a little bit while we're cutting our meat up. There we go. Come on, you. Stop fighting with me. There we go. That's it. You can buy this from any regular grocery store. Like I said, I'm just trying the Butcher Box because I want something that's a little more healthy, I guess. Grass-fed, grass-finished, pasture-raised, you know, humanely treated, that type of stuff. Until I can get my own, chunk of property, and then I'll maybe one day I will grow my own food. I don't know. Let's get these cut up real quick. Anybody ever tried Butcher Box? What do you think? Are you happy with it? Are you not happy with it? I don't know if it's still going on. But when I ordered this right before Christmas, they had a deal going on. It was $159 a month for the small box, $20 off $20 off for 6 months, for the first 6 months. And then free bacon for the life of your membership. I'm not a big bacon person. My son likes bacon, so maybe I'll give those to him. I work in a restaurant, and they keep a big bin, like as big as this cutting board, and this high, just full of already cooked bacon. That the only time I eat bacon. It's so good. Oh my God, it's like having just bacon hanging out in a hot bin, just ready for you to. Ooh, it is the devil. That's the only time I eat it. I don't eat it any other time. But yeah, if you like, if you have had experiences with ButcherBox, you want to let me know what you thought of it, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. I said I don't know. I don't even know how this is gonna taste because I have no sense of taste, so I don't even know why I'm doing this. Hope it doesn't taste like trash. Be a waste. I know somebody who said that they didn't get their taste back for 10 months. I can't imagine. It's just smell. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I said before in my last video that you make chocolate chip cookies, and it tells you how long you're supposed to cook them for, but you don't really go by time, you go by smell. So I'm sitting here, I got my little chocolate chip cookies in the oven, and I'm like, yes, I'm dying for some chocolate chip cookies. And then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, wow, I don't smell no cookies. They have the oven on, like what is going on? Man, I opened up this little oven, the cookies is burnt up. Alright, so we're going to let this cook. Well, we're gonna put our seasonings in. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with this staple in any hood kitchen. Little Lawry's. Put some Lawry's in here. Gotta put some seasonings. I'd say maybe 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. See, this is the stage when you want to get a lot of good seasonings in, because all that flavor is going to soak into whatever you have in this pot. I got a little garlic powder. I got some basil leaves. Put some basil in there. If you have fresh basil, even better. Chop it up, throw it in. I got some oregano. That in there. If it's not a salt-based seasoning, go crazy on it. Like, you really want a lot of flavor at this point. Little onion powder. That in there. I also use some. This is my favorite bouillon. Better than bouillon. They have chicken. They have beef. They have vegetable. I use the veggie one because sometimes I make things without meat, so I use the veggie based one. These are really good. You can get them in regular supermarkets. Here where I am, Walmart even has it, so everybody's got a Walmart. I put about a tablespoon. Look at it, it's beautiful. It's all thick and dark and shiny. That goes in there. Okay. And then to make this into a broth, I put some water. About maybe 2 cups of water. I usually use my Berkey, but it's closer, easier just to do it this way. Berkey takes too long to fill. So I got that. This chilling in here. Okay. And then the fun part. The bourguignon. The burgundy. Any red wine will work. Pinot Noir, Cabernet. This happens to just be a Merlot that my neighbor gave me last year when I moved in, so I figured I'd pop it in just for pop it in. Open it, pop it. Wow, open it now so I can make this. I do about 2 cups of broth, 2 cups of wine. That a little add. I said I've never done this in a crock pot. I usually do this in a pot. So it's a lot of beef. Okay, I hope it fits. So we throw a little beef in here. There we go. Now with a crock pot, things take longer. So you might want to start this early in the day. So when you start it first thing in the morning, you just let it slowly go all day, or start it the night before. So that when you wake up in the morning, you got this lovely beef stew. Cooking from scratch is great. It doesn't have to be this big crazy thing. You don't have to do all these, really elaborate recipes. Like, it's literally just throw it in a pot. But, that's it. Throw it in a pot. Turn it on. Let it do its thing. So we're just gonna cover this and let it cook. Come back maybe a half an hour or so. Check for seasonings. I said, if you do this on a stove, you'd have to watch it way longer, and you have to check it more often. So this is an experiment for me with this particular method, because I usually do it in a pot. But we just gonna let this chill and come back in a few hours and see how it goes, right? Okay. All right, so that's that. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Bye. Hey, I did forget to record a step. So when the meat gets about 95% of the softness that you want, then you would add the potatoes. Dice up some potatoes and put them in here. These are Yukon Gold potatoes. Those are just my potato of choice. I love Yukon Golds. I think they're nice and buttery. I like a waxy potato. I don't really like a mealy potato. So here's our meat. You can see how soft it is. Here, I'll put it on the cutting board. See how it's just shredding apart. Okay, when you get to that place, of course you want to give it a little taste. That's tender. Look at that. Look how it just comes apart in my fingers. So then what you would do now is take some cornstarch and water, because you want to thicken this a little. As you can see, it's still it's watery. This is more like beef soup right now. You don't want that. You want to make the gravy. So I have about maybe a tablespoon or 2 of cornstarch mixed with some water. And just put that in there. Mix that in. Look at that. Nice and chunky. You could serve this as is. After it thickens, you can serve it with over rice, or crusty bread would be good, or a salad. I like to put a little I know I have it. My apartment is 4 feet square, and I can't ever find anything in here. Well, I guess not today. All right. I was gonna say Gravy Master, but I don't have any. I thought I did. Anyway, because Gravy Master will darken it if you want it to be a dark, but this is a good color, so we're let it do its thing. So we're gonna cover it back up. Let it come back up to a boil and thicken. All right, beef stew. See you in a little while more. Okay, so it is the next day, as you can probably tell by my clothing change. Basically, I put this in late at night. I picked up my son from work, and then I came home and went to bed. If you have a crock pot, this makes things so much easier. Like, I literally slept through most of this. So, like I said, I put potatoes in here when the meat got like 95% of the way soft, which I forgot to record, but they are in there. And then I did a cornstarch and water. It's called a slurry. So basically, you just blend cornstarch and water till it's consistency of loose pancake batter. I did have to add some more so that it would thicken a little faster, but this is it. Look at this, y'all. It's thick. It's beautiful. We're gonna take a little bit out. And I'm doing this with my left hand, so bear with me. But I'm just gonna take a scoop out because I gotta go out to lunch in a little bit. But yeah, we got a little meat, a little potato. Let's get a carrot out. A carrot. Like, you can keep adding veggies to this. You can add spinach is a good one at the end. I put broccoli in here, corn, peas. Any veggies you like would work. I usually try to load it up with veggies, but I gotta go and it's cooked and I'm running behind, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. It does have potatoes and carrots. I'll probably serve it with a salad or over rice. It depends. Oh, put your foot in it. It's a term that generally the African American community use, maybe down south too. It means to do something really, really well, like to cook something that's absolutely fantastically delicious. Basically, you kicked it in the, so you put your foot in it. So that's what that means if we're curious at all. So yeah, here's our beef stew, man. Our boeuf bourguignon. Hold on. Look how soft everything is. Look at that. Can I? Are we doing it? No, we're not doing it because I can't. There we go. Look at that in there. It's pretty. Everything's cooked, soft, tender. Look at that. See it? See what I got going on in here. Look at this meat. I'm trying to do this old lefty. I'm not a lefty. There we go. There it is. Look at that. It's delicious looking. Is it? Is it delicious? Did I put my foot in it? I don't know, because I can't smell nothing. And I can't taste anything. So I'm just going to have to, very little. The little bit I can smell smells good though. It's tender. Very, very tender. I'll have my son taste it. And then I'll get back to you because I don't taste nothing. I'll be so glad when this is gone. It's ruining my food. I'm fat. I'm a fatty fat. I like my food and I can't taste it. I want to so bad. I want to so bad. Hardly anything. Depression. I'll ask my son. He'll tell me the truth. So, yeah, that's our first episode of putting your foot in it. When I pull out another thing from the butcher box, then I'll make that too.
Thanks for watching.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.